This video is a short tutorial on how to draw isobars. This skill is called isoplething, and basically all it is connecting the dots just like you did when you were a kid, and only these dots are equal values on a chart. This chart here, I made myself a little pressure chart. These pressures are in millibars. First thing we have to do is remember that our pressure lines have to be drawn using this sequence that we have agreed upon. And so with this chart, we're just going to connect the dots. This one's relatively easy because the values are all numbers in our sequence. Here's the 1000 line. It's the 1004 line, like that. Here's the 1008 line, just connecting points of equal value. Here's the 1012 line. But they're very, very rarely this simple. So let's look at an example where we don't have all the values written on there. Well, here we can easily draw a 1000 millibar line. We can easily draw this 1008 millibar line. But the 1004 millibar line is a little bit confusing because this area here does not have any 1004 millibar data points. So we have to interpolate. The word is interpolation. We can connect these two 1004 lines. But we know that as you go through this area here, if there's a 1000 millibar value here and a 1006 millibar value here, there must be a 1004 millibar value in here someplace. And we make a judgment call to say that that's going to be a little bit closer to the 1006 than to the 1000 millibar value, maybe here. And then we just draw the line through the unseen 1004 millibar value that we kind of take a guess there. So let's look at something a little bit more complex, what you'd normally see on a weather chart. Now, where do you start when you have a mess like this? Well, we know our series, so we know we're going to be drawing a 1000 line, a 1004 line, a 1008 line. Typically what meteorologists do, they'll look for the lowest pressure in an area. Well, here's one right here, 996. Put a big L there for low. And then let's see what line we can draw next. Let's try the 1000 line. Just pick one and try one. Well, here I can connect these two. And here's another 1000 over here. It becomes a little bit of a problem over here because all I see is 1002 and the 996. So where do you think the 1000 is going to go through? It's going to go probably midway between the 996 and the 1002s. You can't make it go this way because you're heading into areas of higher pressure than that. So just curve it around there and connect it to this 1000 like that. You can't make this line from this 1000 head into these 1004 areas because that pressure is too high. So let's try the 1004 line. Here's a 1004. These are easy to connect here. But now we're entering an area here where we don't see any 1004 values. This line can't go into Canada because we don't have any data points there. Can't go over here where the pressures are too high. We can't go over here where the pressures are too low. So here's 1002, 1006. So somewhere in here has to be pressure between 1002 and 1006. Let's just curve it through there and see how it goes. Can't go down here into Georgia because the pressure is 1008. Here's 1002. You can't go into this area, the pressure is too low, but it can easily curve right through there. And look, there's a 1004 over here. There's some 1004s. Now where do you go? Pressure's too high over here. Pressure's too high over here. But here's 1006 and a line that we already drew for 1000. So 1004 must be someplace between the 1000 and 1006. So that'll go right in there like that. And see, we're forming your typical pattern for a low pressure system. So let's look at the 1008. We don't have that many data points. Here's 1008, maybe through there like so. Maybe it will connect these two. When we have sparse data, there's not much we can do. Just like that. You could make a leap and connect these two like that if you want to. But typically we end the lines at the map's edge like that. We don't try and connect this through Mexico because we don't have any data through there. So that is the skill of isoplething. It's connect the dots if you have the values handy, which very rarely ever happens. You'll have to do some interpolation when you're missing data, like in this area where New Mexico and Arizona meet. But your typical weather chart, you're going to probably be doing quite a bit of interpolation, like we did here between this 1006, 1002, and over here where we did interpolation between the 1006 and 1000.